scrimmage in, and they are looking mighty fine today in that. 21-0 the score. We're tuning in at the second quarter with about 5 minutes to go. And Clear Fork here with a 4th and 1 situation. Taking on Triway on defense in the purple. Here's the snap. Handoff, 30, gets it to the side. He's going to go pretty close. Oh, he loses a tackler. 15-10-5, touchdown. Now look at that timing. Welcome in. Live and free on the OH.Report. We catch a touchdown from Clear Fork. So that makes it 27-0. They have had their way today. So as we saw that touchdown from Clear Fork, we're kind of just testing things out today. We've got a bunch of our crew here getting some hands-on experience before we get you ready for next week, for week 1 of the season. So we'll be testing out a ton of things. You may see some new looks on our graphics and also just overall camera quality today, as we've got some great things that we are working on and are very excited to get to you next week. So keep an eye out for all of that. Extra points good, 28-0. And of course, though, as testing goes, there may be some things that aren't necessarily appreciated, and if you see something like that, make sure to leave a comment. We'd love to hear back from you. But meanwhile, as we test things out today, any Clear Fork or Triway fans out there, just make sure to enjoy the game. Clear Fork definitely putting it on right now, 28-0. 4.5 to go here in this first half. Just a scrimmage today. So this kickoff may be a little bit unusual, as they probably won't return this. That's how it's been all game. So fair catch, and we'll see where they place it. Both teams today, before we went live, have just been going through the motions, looking to get themselves in specific positions that they feel the need to practice, especially with the starts of their drives. We've seen Clear Fork start as high up as the 40-yard line of Triway and as far back as the 5-yard line. So just really switching things up, keeping it fresh each drive. So it'll be the 35-yard line for Triway to go 1st and 10. 4:37 in the first half. Motion on the left side, handoff. We'll go to the running back, and looks like it's not going to go very much anywhere. So gain of 1 will make it 2nd and 9. And an injured player on the field will pause things. So it'll take some time as they attend to that injured Triway player. So tomorrow, what are the games? Yeah.
We've got, I'll tell you what, make a rare appearance here. Hang on one second. Let me know who's your director.
I've got Adam Thompson to my right, and he's got a schedule for us because we start coverage. Is it soccer tomorrow? Men's or boys or girls? Oh, he's hopping on. Okay.
Check 1, 2, 3. So tomorrow afternoon.
A little loud.
Little loud?
Yeah,
okay.
You have to go down.
I'm just naturally a booming guy.
Yeah.
So tomorrow afternoon we will be kicking off the fall sports season of the OH.Report. We've got a doubleheader coming from Ashland, as both the boys and girls soccer squads will be hosting Sylvania, Northview, Wildcats, and the Lady Cats. And that's slated to kick off about 4 o'clock. The girls play first, and then after that, the boys game. So we'll be bringing a doubleheader of soccer starting tomorrow. And I'm assuming that most people who are watching this are a little interested in football. The high school football season for us kicks off next Thursday evening. We've got 2 games taking place. We're going to have Mohawk and Calvert, and then we also have Winford and Galley. Do I have that? Yep. So those are going to be on Thursday night, and so you just have to stay tuned to the OH Report for the full schedule. But as you can see, football season though it's pretty close.
It's coming close, and that was a nice play there from Triway to get a little bit closer. It'll be 3rd and 3. But yeah, next Thursday starts it all. So 2 matchups to get the season started. They like to get those Thursday game ins just to say that they were some of the first. As we've got Travis Berardi.
Hi, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Turn yourself down a little bit, but great.
See, I can't hear you, but you can hear me. That's the thing. There we go. So you did basketball last year with us. This is going to be your first time doing some football. You're down in KMAC land. I'm KMAC Trav, so that I understand the big games going on down there. But what are some games you're looking forward to this season? Not only down in KMAC land, but all around the area.
Well, Centerburg, I understand, won the KMAC last year.
Yes, it did.
And they've got some good players returning. So, and we cover Centerburg quite a lot this year.
Yes, we do. And actually, tomorrow night on the Pigskin Preview, I will have a preview of the defending KMAC champs in Centerburg. They went 7-0, lost their first game to Utica, who they will play on the 18th, next Friday night. It'll be live and free. I'll have the call of that one. And then they lost a really tough one to Columbus Academy in the first round, got upset. But other than that, in between, it's like a loss sandwich. 2 losses on the ends, but they had 9 wins in between. Went 7-0 in the KMAC to win it all.
Yeah, so I'm mainly going to be sticking around the KMAC area. So our first game will be our MVNU crew next week. It's the 18th, Friday, of course. Northridge will go to East Knox, and I've got an East Knox grad on camera for that, and he's standing right next to me, so he's excited for that. So Northridge, East Knox.
Which year did he graduate? 21. So a part of the Final Four? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Final Four. That was the actual. That Final Four run is actually what got OH.Report into East Knox.
Yeah.
And into the KMAC. We got them and Northmore as our first 2 teams, and then that's actually what really kicked off the coverage of the OH.Report 4. So thanks to East Knox doing that run.
Yeah.
It really got us down into Morrow County and Knox County.
Why not? I'll name drop him. It's Judah Keith here on camera. His brother Josh is ready for this season. Wide receiver corner.
Okay.
Senior season, right?
Mm-hmm. So actually, talking off microphone here, but it's gonna be a little bit better than last year. I know DeLauder is now a Danville Blue Devil, which is kind of hurts. But
we were just talking about that.
I think I've been obviously talking to my brother, and he's been saying a lot of improvement in the team and the morale. And I think it was Coach Beatty's first year last year, so that was a big transition from Cody Reese was the coach there for several years for the longest time. So I'm expecting them to be a lot better. Jackson Lester, obviously entering his sophomore season, should be bigger, stronger. A lot more experience as quarterback. He's gone through the ups and downs, but I think that adversity is really good for him to build his character and to build morale with the team. So I'm expecting good things. Honestly, they were so bad last year, you can only go up, right? So
yeah,
absolutely.
An honest man.
That's a great. And if even Lester on the team. I mean,
yep.
Peyton Lester, the things he did with the squad, now having another Lester in there too. But I mean, we have to also mention a team that had great things last year, the MOAC champs, the Clear Fork Colts here. I predicted in the preview last year that them and Highland would play for the MOAC championships and Clear Fork would win it. And, well, they made me look like a prophet because that is exactly what happened. Those two matched up in the final week of the season at Highland, and Clear Fork got the best of them for the MOAC title. They had that great shootout right here against Upper Sandusky in the first round before that tough Elyria Catholic loss, a tough nail-biter that they lost last year. But they have high hopes again this year. This junior class that they had was the class that everybody was looking at, thinking this is that class that can really take them to high places, and especially when you have a sprinter like Stepka as well, that he can get out in the open space. So Clear Fork again, the MOAC is a lot more wide open this year. You have Shelby that's up and coming. Ontario is going to be good. Clear Fork's brought a lot of players back. Highland still has Dane Nauman. You got River Valley as well, and then you have Pleasant and Harding too. But this is going to be a fun race in the MOAC. It's the same as the KMAC. Both of those conferences are going to be wide open this year.
And Clear Fork's showing it right now at a 28-0 lead here in the first half of the scrimmage against Triway. And Clear Fork really, they've stepped it up big time ever since joining the MOAC.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's helped out because they're not in the OCC getting beaten by Division 3, 2, and 1 teams now. They're in the right place now.
Because they made that transition my senior year of high school. Because I went to Ashland, so they made that transition, and then I always saw there's
big
a nice
play
hit there. Yeah, 34 with the hit to knock that ball loose.
Take a look at that replay one more time. But that was the Ashland Arrows. They've been right around there. They had a tough playoff loss 2 years ago. Last year, they took some lumps, but they got a really good quarterback. Bernard coming back, Nathan Bernard.
I've heard very, very good things about him. And honestly, with Ashland, there's so many years where you kind of question, are they going to be as good as they were last year? And they continually prove the community wrong. And also with Bernhard coming in and him stepping up and getting close to some big-time college offers so early in his career, he's going to be fantastic this year, and we'll see what he can do with that Arrow squad.
And you got a Hall of Fame coach back, too. There's a pick by the Clear Fork defense. Clear Fork, they pride themselves on defense here. And under first-year head coach Adam Brokaw, he's got to love that. Big return. Has the Colts in position to possibly get on the board one more time before the half as you take a look at the tail end of that pick. But, Clear Fork, they love their defense. Offense, too, can get it done. Really high-scoring squad last year they were.
Yeah, and they're looking like they're going to get up and over 30 with 42 seconds left in the first half of this scrimmage. Triway, they've got another man down. So
another injury, but who says in preseason football that you always got to take the under? The over is going to win this one.
Yeah.
Probably already hit the over here in this game. So once again, Jonathan will be on one of our crews. I'll be leading one of our crews with Ken Parrott. We'll have games. Week 1, I'll be at Centerburg, Utica. Week 2, a big one. A game actually that was played here last year because of some not so nice people tearing up the field over at Lucas. But that 1-point victory, the Cubs' second straight year, they won by 1 over Hillsdale. Well, that game will be at Hillsdale in week 2. We'll have that one. I'll be on the call for that, and then I'll be down in KMAC land. I'll have the final 4 home games for Northmore. I think I'm calling Mount Gilead's game against Northmore as well. So I'll be down in KMAC land for pretty much the rest of the season.
So
we're both going to be down in Knox and Morrow
counties. So our
counties.
MVNU squad is going to be Centerburg Central for you. So we've got so I'm going to go down the line. Week 1, we already talked about it, Northridge East Knox. Week 2 will be our first Centerburg game. They are hosting Ontario, which should be an interesting matchup, bringing them all the way down from near Mansfield. And then Crestview at Highland. That's September 1st, week 3.
That should be a big game. That was a big rematch.
Yeah.
Crestview got the best of them last year, but, Crestview, that's one of our teams that you'll see on the preview tomorrow night, that they lose some all Ohioans, but they still have a great squad to play. And then, like I said, Dane Nauman, he's the area's best rusher coming from a year ago. We'll see if he can get some revenge at their home place. But continue, sir.
And then we've got week 4, Centerburg at East Knox. Week 5 would be Loudonville at Centerburg, and this is our stretch.
Loudonville is a team last year that made some noise. It was a Tyler Johnson last-second touchdown that pretty much clinched the conference championship for Centerburg for Loudonville. But Loudonville's got a lot of pieces back as well. I forgot to mention them in that KMAC race.
Yeah, and they just joined the KMAC
just last year
full
for
time
football.
pretty much
Yep,
now.
this year they are a full KMAC squad. So, that's another team.
So is it not waiting a year? They're going to just jump right in?
And last year was their waiting year for everything but football because they were an independent in football. The Mid-Buckeye Conference did not have they're one of 2 teams. Them and Crestline were the only 2 teams to have a football squad. So they played an independent schedule. So now they were able to jump right in there since Highland left.
Yeah, and a good landing spot for Loudonville as well.
Absolutely.
Because so many great schools right by the area. That was kind of a question mark for them because I know a couple buddies that go to Loudonville, and they traveled quite a ways for a lot of their games. So now they kind of helps out a lot to get into the Knox-Morrow County area for that Ashland County school, but on the south side of Ashland County. So continuing on with our schedule, we're not scheduled for week 6 yet, but we will hopefully get a game there soon. So week 7, the 29th of September, is Mount Gilead at Centerburg, and then Danville at Centerburg, which should be an interesting one to end off our coverage.
Danville, the regional runners-up, they were so close to knocking off JFK for a regional championship last year. It was a great game that they had. But Danville, they're probably the favorite in the KMAC this year. They have some returners. Brian on the comments. How you doing, Brian, as always. Clear Fork is bigger and faster, and they are, especially with Stupka in there. But they have this year and next year could be very good years for the Clear Fork Colts under head coach Adam Brokaw. As that run up.
You think they could get to Lucas level or like a Lucas playoff run level?
Well, I mean, it's tough. There's not many teams around here that have done it. Hillsdale's gone 6 in a row in D7. Lucas has as well. Clear Fork's got a few in a row, but it's just about the youth movement. If you can keep your youth leagues, you can get them into get into that culture early on to know what you're doing. That's what they do in Lucas. Everybody knows from the Pee Wee football right up. They RPO. They do it all through. So if Coach Brokaw can get this team to buy in, and it seems like they have been doing it here for the last few years under any coach that they had. But if they can continue to buy in, that's all it is. It's just the youth. It's getting the youth motivated to stick with it and keep your numbers up.
And it just seems like Lucas has that. The whole town in general just has that vibe of if you're raised in Lucas, you're playing football.
It's like the Kenny Chesney song about football. That's Lucas. That's literally what it is.
And I wonder if Clear Fork's getting towards that because they've got a lot of numbers over there.
This is the best venue, I think, in North Central Ohio, other than Arlen Field because that's an old school stadium. But you got the Hill here. This place is packed every Friday night. It's an awesome venue to watch anything, and that's why the Lucas Danville game for that regional semifinal was here and it was packed. I mean, this is a perfect venue. Like, if you build it, they will come. That's pretty much what it is the Colts.
Yeah, my favorite
do
feature,
get over 30 points.
Yeah, touchdown for them makes it 34-0. My favorite feature about this stadium is the hillsides.
That's it. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
You have people, getting here early, marking their territory with their seats or their blankets and everything like that. It's just.
I see some people over there with some impressive lawn chairs that are like built for the hill almost.
Oh, they have extra legs to it.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, it looks like just a shorter leg on the back.
That's ingenuity right there. It's these Clear Fork folks. They know they know how to do it down here.
And also talking about venues, I wanted to toot my alma mater's horn because I drove by there the other day. It looks like they're preparing to that away side. They're preparing to expand it.
Really? Finally at community
so
stadium.
The baseball field has gotten duggen up. So I'm assuming they're going to move it back a little bit.
Okay.
To result in a way side because there's maybe like 5-6 rows.
Well,
it's tiny.
Ashland hosted the Shelby Bellville regional final a few years ago when Shelby lost to Steubenville in their their Final Four matchup. Mm-hmm. But you can't if you can extend that side, you're going to get the bigger matchups like Arlen Field does. It's just the seating on the visitor side it can't hold anything quite yet.
Yeah, I can't confirm if that's exactly what's going on, but all the signs point to it. So
that's great.
And it also looks like they're kind of doing that over here.
They're actually putting in turf.
Yeah.
On the baseball side here at the American Legion Field for the baseball squad. But we were able actually to do a live stream from American Legion Field last year. Crestview and Clear Fork. That was a great game, too. Clear Fork pulled that out late. Almost coming up on halftime, so we'll with the half, we'll keep the stream probably on, but we're going to take a break. Like we said, this is a test stream. We have some new members of the OH.Report that are getting their camera working. And might I say, we have 3 different computers up working through our stuff, but our camera people have done a very good job, except for that kid from East Knox. I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's kind of just standing off to the side right now.
No, but yeah, everybody's doing a great job so far. So, we'll go talk. We're going to go through a little powwow at the half, but we'll be back on here after the half, too, to talk some things. But
we're going to see if Triway can get a score here because you get this 20-second offense going.
Yeah, this is 2 minute times 10.
Divided by 10.
Or, speed it up by 10. But that's
Clear
Clear Fork defense.
Yeah.
Once again, that's a coverage sack right there.
They've just seemed outmatched today.
They're going to take a timeout here with 13 seconds left. But the Colts, speaking of Lucas, week 1 right here.
Colts?
Clear Fork Lucas.
Wow.
That's the rivalry renewed. I think they want to keep that pretty much for at least the near future, having that rivalry back, and that's great.
Starting that week 1 every single year would be a good feature.
Lucas 2 years ago pulled off the win. Last year, Clear Fork by an extra point, missed extra point.
So it was in Lucas last year. It'll be here this.
Yep. It'll be back here week 1. Brian Skoronsky, Andy Jardy will be on the call of that one. Some great games in week 1. And we were on our way back yesterday. We do the Coach's Corner show now for Crawford County as well. I was looking, did you see Maslin and Valdosta from Georgia matching up on week 1 on Thursday night?
Oh yeah,
or Friday night. It'll be Friday night. That's the game with the most wins between 2 teams ever in the country.
Interesting.
Because both have over 850 wins. So that is the biggest game when it comes to teams with victories ever.
I actually have some experience with Maslin. There's
another
an
pick.
Interception. Could it be another score here with 8 seconds left?
Ooh, big hit out right on the side. We have a flag though on the end here as we take a look at the replay here. We'll see what the flag is as well. It was on the far side over here, so maybe it might be offsides or an illegal touch. But we'll see. Oh, looking like maybe off an encroachment on Clear Fork.
Yeah,
that's something you rarely see on a cornerback. But sometimes
call it back.
Sometimes if you want to chuck that wide receiver, get him off his game, you got to make sure you're on sides as well.
So it looks like 44 is offside, yeah.
So the end was offsides, and that saves Triways. We have 3 seconds left here in the half.
But as I was saying, another area I'm familiar with is the Frontier League because I went to North Canton for a couple of years. But I know that McKinley and Maslin have some history.
Yes, they do.
Oh, big-time history.
It made a movie about it.
Yeah.
I think it's still on Netflix.
And have you ever been to Maslin Stadium?
Yes, we have. Shelby played Steubenville in the regional final back in 2016, and played. And then when they did the state championships during COVID, I did Van Wert's championship game. And when I was back in the Ohio Valley, Martins Ferry played Youngstown Cardinal Mooney. That's probably a team that you know.
Yep.
Back in
Cardinal
2004, in a regional final it was a Final Four game at. Maslin. That was my first time ever. I was wide-eyed walking into that stadium there because I was still playing high school football on a small, like a Lucas-type football field. And then I come up here to watch this thing day after Thanksgiving, and it's amazing. That's a great venue.
Another pick.
And there's the pick to end the half. Now the question is, are they going to be able to take it back?
They've got
4
some
seconds.
blockers.
3. He's got a convoy. And that'll do it for the half. We'll watch the replay before we head to break. But Clear Fork, Jonathan, looking pretty darn impressive here after 1 half of play.
Clear Fork really showing off their defense offensively. Before the stream started, a couple. Welcome back to the Colt Corral. Jonathan Langdon with you today. It's 41-0 after that touchdown by Clear Fork as we now have our audio up and going. Just a reminder today, it's a test stream, but still got some great football going on between Clear Fork and Triway, and Triway will get the ball here after this kickoff. So bear with us today. We're testing out a bunch of new things, but we're getting raring to go for our start of fall sports tomorrow for women's soccer. And then also next Thursday when we get the first couple football games out of the way. Here's the kickoff by Clear Fork, and just like it has been the entire scrimmage, no return. Looks like they'll probably set this one up at the 35. Triway looking to get on the board here. It's just been a little bit of a struggle for them offensively, but you can attribute that to the fantastic defense of Clear Fork. So Triway ball, 1st and 10, and it looks like they will spot it at the 35. And of course, with us testing, things will go well, things will not go well. And if you have any suggestions for us, we are all ears to listen. Leave a comment down below. Triway will make their way out offensively. It's 1st and 10. It'll be a 4-wide set, shotgun with the RB to the left. Motion on the left. Now 3 on the right. Snap, handoff, and that'll be a gain of about 2 or 3 from the RB. I will preface this, I'm not quite prepped for today's game, so names will be tough for me. So we're going numbers for this test stream. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for Triway. Ball on the 38-yard line of Triway. Here's the snap. Looking right, throwing right, and it's complete to the inside receiver. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. So good offensive action, of pretty good comparative to their last couple drives, trying to get a flow going. As the ball's now at the 44-yard line. Still in their own territory, but they've got 3rd and short to work with. Three on the line for Clear Fork. A big offensive line for Triway, and here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, not going to quite get past the front lines, but actually, no, they will. And it'll be 1st down. So move the chains for Triway. Ball will be placed on the 46-yard line. So the handoff off the shotgun position proves well for Triway here. It'll be a platoon swap as we get set for another 1st and 10. 41-0. Clear Fork have had their way today. They're preparing for a big season. They've had some strong years in the past, and they've got a lot of their juniors from last season back. This could be a deep playoff push team. And they'll have a big test next week when they start off against against the Lucas, as Triway drops that screen pass for 2nd and 10. We're talking about it in the first half before we went to break. Clear Fork starts their season right here next week against Lucas. And of course, Lucas, we know, is a formidable force in all sports, but especially football. As on the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and 10. Ball on the Triway 46. Here's the snap. Rolling left is the QB. He throws. He's got him in with a one-handed snag. Gets it to his body. However, just a gain of 2 there. Let's take a look at that play again. Rolling out, finding his receiver, and good job to haul it in. I'm just being told that Clear Fork Lucas will be on our OH.Report channel. It is the main game, or channel 1, not the main game. Channel 1, Brian Skoronsky will be on the call there. And of course, our main channel will have Worthington Christian taking on Danville. Another good game. Week 1 has some great matchups, and it should be exciting. There is a big sack there. Let's take a look at this play again. Snaps, doesn't like what he sees, and then just goes way too far back there. It's going to be 3rd and forever. Ball at the 25. Talk about a drive killer. They were getting a good string of plays together, and then you have that happen, and you end up way back where you started pretty much. 3rd and long. Here's the motion play, and the handoff is read well by Clear Fork, and barely has the ball handed to him, and he just gets stuffed to the ground. Number 64 with a nice tackle. Let's take a look at that one. See the motion play, the handoff, and just right there to tackle him. And this is going to be 4th and long. Let's see if I can calculate this. So first down mark at the 46 of Clear Fork, and they're all the way at, what is that, the 19. So quick math tells me that's 37. 4th and 37. Although that wasn't quite quick math. They'll be forced to punt. It's a good one. And that'll be down right around midfield. So Clear Fork will take over with a first down and 10, just barely out of, or just barely in their own territory. Jonathan Langdon flying solo today, live and free on the OH.Report for our test stream. This is a scrimmage between Clear Fork and Triway. Got a big crew running cameras today, getting ready for next week. Of course, when I say flying solo, that means on the call today, as there's a big run from Clear Fork. Number 14 gets all the way out to the opposing 27. Let's take a look at that play. Going to get the tail end of it here as he's down. And a big run, gets some good plays. Clear Fork, they've just looked strong running-wise this entire scrimmage. First 2 touchdowns, in fact, were 30-plus yard rushes. And almost had another big one there. Momentarily stopped the play clock, but now it's up and running again. Here's the snap handoff, or a toss out to the right to 33. He gets a couple yards. That's about it, though. And that will make it 2nd down. So 2nd and 5 here. Ball on the Triway 22. Flirting with the red zone. Under center is 14. And we'll see a timeout called by Clear Fork. They see something they don't like. They're going to go back to the drawing board. Another reminder, tomorrow starts our fall sports season. It'll be a soccer doubleheader. And the first one being a women's matchup between Ashland and Sylvania Northview, two teams that go way back in that sport, many years of competing, especially on the state tournament level. So that should be an exciting matchup. Make sure to watch out for that live and free on the OH.Report tomorrow night. Back in play, Clear Fork. Under center is 14. 2nd and 5. Ball on the 22. Here's the snap. Almost a bad one, but able to recover. Handoff to 40, and he'll get right around the 15. That'll be enough for a first down. Let's take a look at that replay. We'll fix that here in a moment. So another set of downs, 1st and 10. Ball on the 16. Here's a snap, toss to the left, and Triway read that one all the way. Let's take a look at that. Got the toss to the left, but well read there by Triway to make it 2nd and long with the ball on the 20-yard line. Just about a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Second and 14, ball on the 20. In the shotguns, 14, 3 wide, 2 on the right. Here's the snap. It's direct snap, and he'll draw. Shifts around and gets close to that first down marker. Is he going to get there? Doesn't quite look like it, but it'll be closer to make it a good, favorable 3rd down count. As you see him shift around a couple defenders and get about to the 6-yard line. They'll actually spot him at the 7. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to go to the other side of the field. Oh, no, they're going to call it. That's it. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, they're going to call it there. Final score, 41-0 for Clear Fork. A huge statement today. And safe to say they're ready for that big-time matchup against Lucas week 1. Of course, they'll have a couple things to iron out in practice, but a lot of good comes out of a big 41-0 win. Thanks for tuning in to this test stream. Still a lot of work to be done as we get ready for this Thursday, where some big-time football will take place, and Thursday night lights will get us started this season for football. Once again, tomorrow, soccer starts with Ashland, Sylvania Northview. So keep an eye out for that on our OH.Report YouTube and Facebook pages. And finally, one more time. Final score, Clear Fork 41-0 for Triway. Jonathan Langdon here with OH.Report signing off. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your night. It's okay. I already ended it. So, is there a splash at the end? Yeah. So I just play this and it ends?